Hey, welcome to Miss D6 Women Sports. If you like, please like, share, subscribe. Well, I wanted to talk about this for a long time. What is going on with Candice Parker? And this is not a bash to Candice Parker. Candice Parker is definitely one to go to the WNBA. Um, the first phenom that was high profile. They got a chance to go on ESPN to announce the school she was going to and have a big production. She was there first. Before the NIL deals. She was the first to really open the doors for a lot of young ladies. But lately, there has been a young lady that has came in. I would say popularity grew the last 2 years by the name of Angel Reese, and she's taken the basketball world by storm on and off the court. She is the double double queen. The last 2 years she's been in the league, breaking records, breaking some of Candace Parker records. And I want to know, is it envy? Is it jealousy? Or resent, uh, uh, not resentment? Or I would say regret. I'm sorry. Is it envy, jealousy, or regret? Um, how maybe she didn't do enough to get the icon that she wanted to be. And you have some older people who taken a role of like an auntie or mentor. And I thought that Candace Parker would be a great mentor for her. And so, what is Candace Parker's issue? Now, she has a new podcast called Post Moves with Aaliyah Boston. But before that, her first episode, she went on Good Follow podcast. And they talked about the upcoming podcast with Aaliyah Boston. And she said that she didn't know Aaliyah Boston, but her and Aaliyah Boston connected. And she's kind of like a big sister to Aaliyah Boston. And that's cool. But why can't you be not necessarily a mentor, but be gracious with Angel Reese? And you just come off as being very envious and jealous a little bit. And I don't think you want to come off like that. It's almost like you don't see what kind of things that she's doing, the record she's breaking, and she's breaking some of your records. And so I think it gets to you a little bit. It seemed like it. You had a jersey retirement from the LA Sparks, one of the main teams that you started off with. And Angel's very excited to congratulate you. And you gave her like a half hug. I talked about this in another video. And you kind of gave her the cold shoulder. And we see that. People see that. So I don't know which one came first. I think that retirement ceremony came first. But then you go on a podcast, Good Follow, and you start ranking the players. So let me share my screen. Here's what she said.
Basketball as a broadcaster, and I've spoken with other ones. I feel like there's just so much critique, there's so much vitriol and sometimes like hate when you're just speaking candidly about the ups and downs of a player's career. A few of us have talked about feeling pressure from different player fan groups, all the things. And recently you had comments on Angel Reese and it went viral. And like,
It's so crazy because I didn't even know this. And then I like am on my Instagram and I see comments underneath. I think, and I know you're getting to this question.
no,
so
no,
I'm
no.
gonna-
I was gonna say people were saying, "Oh, you're an Angel Reese hater," and I'm like, first of all, I'll just let you answer. What's your response to that?
No, I think my response is in no intention. I'm not a hater. I think it's just commenting on the player. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Is they ask me my opinion on player tiers, and my thing is then if you bring something to the argument, bring something else. Can she get to player A or player S or whatever? Yes, she can.
Yes.
Right now, I don't know if she's alongside those players and B's, and you're measuring her against players that have been in the league for years.
Right.
And so I think that, I've faced it on the men's side when people attack you for what you look like or who you are, that's usually not coming with a solid argument. And so
Yeah.
I'm willing to debate. I love it. Tell me I'm wrong, but bring facts to the table. And so that's the biggest thing. There's no hate on Angel Reese. I love her. She plays for the Chicago Sky. I saw her at my jersey retirement versus LA. So it's nothing like that. But I think it's so interesting in this female space, the need.
So, you said that you didn't hate her. You said that you didn't hate her, but it's not that you. Look, when she was breaking all the records, I must show you something on Post Moves. When she was breaking the records, broke some of your records, you had Lisa Leslie, who is also a post player, congratulate Angel. Now, you don't have to be buddy and big sister or auntie, but you was very quiet. You just mentioned, oh, I love Angel Reese. She played for Chicago Sky. Well, yeah, but she was breaking records. But where was you on your timeline, on your Twitter, your Instagram? Did you say anything, Candice Parker? And you had your time. So is it envy? Oh, she getting all this attention. She's on magazines. She doing it. But you was on 2K. You was on Vogue and things like that. Now, I don't know how the money went. I'm sure she made money faster than you did in college because there's no NIL deals in college. And sometimes you have to be the sacrifice. Sometimes it's not going to happen for you. You're paving the way for other players. You paved the way for Angel. You are a GOAT. You have to be secure in yourself. But the way you acting, no, you say you don't hate her, but the way you acting is kind of strange. And so instead of playing the big sister or the auntie or the mom role, sort of kind of, and saying, "Hey, good job, youngster," you is nothing. And the reason why people had a problem with it, I'm not saying that Katie Clark is not a good player, but she missed a lot of the season, and you put her above Angel Reese. You put Cam Brink above Angel Reese, and she haven't played either, and she hasn't really had any chops in the league, no records. And Angel seems like every week break records, but nothing from you. And you put her in this lower tier, like, you quietly just pushing her down, and people see that, and you say, no, 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 I'm not doing that, and you are. So is it envy, jealousy, or regret? I don't know why, but the regret probably come in. You felt like part of your career, injuries start happening, things start happening, and you weren't the same player when the injuries start happening, and you regret that. And you thinking, did I break enough records for people to remember me by? Because sometimes when somebody break your record, they don't remember the person that with a new player that break your record, they don't remember the person they broke the record. Like Angel broke your record. You feel like if Angel break your records, they gonna forget about Candice Parker. Did I do enough? Well, yeah, you did enough. You are one of the GOATs. You in the Hall of Fame. in the Naismith Hall of Fame. You in every basketball Hall of Fame. You did enough. It's just that you was born in a time that they didn't have all this. They were just coming into the social media where they used the branding of the players. And you was the first to do certain things with branding, but it wasn't on Angel Reese level because it wasn't there yet. And so the resentment is, or the regret is, did I do enough? If this young lady overshadow me, where do that leave Candice Parker? But see, Candice, you have to be comfortable in your own skin to say, you know what, I did enough. It's a new breed out here. You're doing it with Leah Boston, but you know what? Leah Boston don't have what Angel Reese has off the court. Leah Boston is a sweet young lady. She's a great player, fantastic player. It's very solid. Won Rookie of the Year. She even break records. I'm gonna go to that in a minute. But I think that you got to do this podcast. You want to do this podcast with Leah. Yes, you like her basketball skills. You don't feel threatened by her. That's what it is. You don't feel threatened by Leah Boston. You both had the same personalities. You set these records very quietly. And yes, you was on the cover. And yes, you was like I say, you was the first, especially for a young lady, to announce where you was going on ESPN. But you didn't get the fanfare that Angel has because there was no NIL. And so you see Angel and you see that, well, you was like, damn, that could have been me, but I was just born a little bit too early in the late 80s. And yes, that was social media, but it wasn't like it is with Angel. And Angel is a icon outside of basketball. And you had some people that knew who Candice Parker was outside of basketball, but Angel transcends basketball. And so you say, no, you are not. No, I'm not. I love Angel Reese. I love her. She's a great player. I have no problem where she played with Chicago Sky. But your action says different. And sometimes you have to check yourself. So when people see that, but it's like you critique her, but it's like you don't see what's going on. She's breaking records. And you put her in the same category as players that's not even breaking records. No, she hasn't been in the league for just 2 years, but she already breaking records. She already leaving her mark in the game, on and off the court. And it's like you blind. I can't see that. So what do you want people to think? You don't congratulate her. You have Lisa Leslie. You need to take a page from Lisa Leslie. She's secure in who she is. She understands that people are going to break her record. She understands that people are going to do certain things. She never treated Brittany Griner like that. And sometimes it's okay to play the auntie. You said that you was playing auntie with Aaliyah. You was asking these questions about beepers and stuff, and she was looking at you like, huh? Old Candice Parker. So you know that you older, and you could see that in Aaliyah, but I think that you don't see Aaliyah as a threat. Aaliyah is not at the Met Gala. Aaliyah is not having Barbie night. Aaliyah got her shoe deal, but Angel is everywhere. Angel is now global. I don't know if Leah Boston's global. So the role or the acknowledgement of Aaliyah Boston, why can't you do that? Angel Reese, Candice Parker, why can't you do that with her? What's so hard about that? And Angel is not arrogant. Angel is very humble. When you had your retirement, and at the end of the game, she wanted to hug on you. And you gave her a half-hearted hug. And people see that. People see that. They're not stupid. And instead of saying, you know what, I might. You don't have to say I'm jealous, envious. Your action says that. I wanted people to think of me like that. I wish people would have thought of me like that when I played, and they did. It's just that you was born at the wrong time. You probably would have been that big icon, but it wasn't there when you was there. And so you have to acknowledge that, Candice Parker. Can't get in your feelings. And then try to say, well, no, I put her in C, but Cam Brink has some work to do. Angel Reese been breaking records since she got in the league. You know, Caitlin Clark been doing good. She breaking records, but she hasn't played. And you put her over Angel Reese. See, you going by potential of Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, until recently, has been on the floor. And she just plays. I'm not saying you have to do like Lisa Leslie, but what I'm saying, you have to at least acknowledge her and not take kind of try to hold her down. You don't have to be teaching her. You don't have to teach her post moves. I'm sure you're teaching Leah Boston that. You've been a mentor to Leah Boston. You don't have to be Angel's mentor. She has a basketball mentor, and even a life mentor, and Lisa Leslie. But you have to be gracious. You have to know that you did enough. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. And I don't think you're comfortable in your own skin because for some reason you can't acknowledge her when she breaks these records and say, hey, sis, congratulations. So I want to go to, let me share my screen. She continued to be in denial. What I was talking about, her being like a big sister to Aaliyah Boston.
Speaking of different ways to score the basketball, you find the same way to get a double-double almost every single game. And in fact, fun fact, shout out to producer Chelsea, Aaliyah Boston is the fastest player since Candice Parker to
Since
reach
who?
four.
Since who?
This old lady named Candice Parker to reach 400 points, 200 rebounds, and 100 assists in a season.
Dang, you're good.
Oh my gosh, whatever.
You're
That's all
good.
you. And hold on, another fun fact. Man, Chelsea's coming with little tidbits. She had her 10th career game, meaning you, Aaliyah Boston, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Only one WNBA player has more 10, 10, and 5 games before their 24th birthday. Young buck.
Who's that?
I got 11 and you got 10.
Now, you see that? You see how it was easy for her to look up Aaliyah Boston's record. She broke one of Candice Parker's records before the age of 24. And congratulations to Aaliyah Boston. These are great accomplishments. But you don't have to be all on your podcast to say that. But can you have a post, hey, congratulations to Angel Reese, and just post, hey, you the quickest to this and this and this? Points, rebounds, assists. And I understand that you have a rapport with Aaliyah Boston. You got to know her during the 2023 championship, or 2022, I think. And so y'all became pretty close. You don't have to be. It's okay. You're Aaliyah Boston's big sister, auntie, whatever. You don't have to be Angel's auntie, but you had to play the auntie role, which means, just like you see what Lisa Leslie doing, what Cheryl Swoops doing, even though Cheryl's not a post player. When she's wrong, she'll say, you know what, I'm my bad. Like what she did with Caitlin Clark, she said she was 25, and these different things, and she took 5 years to break these records in college. And somebody said, no, Cheryl, that didn't happen like that. And Cheryl is a big enough person at her grown age say, you know what, I was wrong. And when she see they have accomplishments, even Caitlin Clark, she posts something. She posts something about Angel. You don't have to be buddy, but you have to acknowledge that Angel is breaking these records. And I think you cool with Aaliyah. You don't hate Angel, but you're a little envious and jealous because you feel like she's a threat when they think about the prototype even though we have Fee and we have Asia Wilson, she's really exceeding them as far as the media is concerned. And in the odd way, I think is your way by putting her in tier C. I'm not saying you should put her with Asia and Fee. That's not what I'm saying. But she dang gone sure in a better position than even Caitlin Clark and Cam Brink. That was so disrespectful.
You recently went viral for your comments on Angel, people calling you a hater because you put her in your tier C rankings. What's your response to that?
Okay, for those of you that don't know, I did a tier ranking, and I'm going to list the players. Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, Brianna Stewart, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, Arika Gumbawale, Paige Beckers, Cam Brink, and Angel Reese. I was asked to tier rank them from S all the way down to D, I believe, or E. I think it was actually E. And with that being said, I ranked some players in Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, and Brianna Stewart as S. The rest kind of fell between A and C. For all of those that are commenting comments under random Instagram posts about me, I didn't even realize that I went viral for this until
Cam Brink. That was so disrespectful. Because she's breaking more records than they breaking. And so, yeah. So let's finish this. But and she broke some records, but she didn't break a lot of records that Angel broke. You put Caitlin Clark in the top tier. She's good, but she's not in the top tier with Kelsey Plum and Sabrina Ionescu and Asia Wilson. Didn't you just say in the other good follow that Angel has only been in the league for a few years? What's up? They came the same year, Candice. So that's why people called your bluff. Caitlin has not done enough to be put in the in that tier with Sabrina Ionescu and Kelsey Plum, who's veterans, Asia Wilson and Fee, who's veterans. Are you serious?
For all of those that are commenting comments under random Instagram posts about me, I didn't even realize that I went viral for this until I realized when I was kind of getting alerts on my Instagram of people being like, you're a hater, da da da, all this and all that. To all of those, first of all, some are misinformed and uninformed. And I feel like in this day and age, we are right now, a majority of people probably have not even seen the entire interview because we have attention spans like goldfish. And so
stop it. You knew that would cause some drama. Because anytime you say Angel's name, it's gonna go viral. And especially you see that everybody sees she breaking records. And she shut everybody's mouth up that was hating on her about the me bounds. I didn't know I was going viral. Yes, you did. That's why you did it. And you probably did it because you knew that you was having a podcast coming up. And with all due respect, between you and Aaliyah Boston, put you to sleep. Put you to sleep. Okay. So let's listen to more of this mess.
Say all that to say that we have to come to a place in women's basketball where we can critique without being a hater. And I challenge all of you all to understand that I in no way, shape, or form am a hater. I am going to bring facts to the table. And with that being said, the facts that I want to bring to this table, and I challenge anybody to tell me, what player are you taking Angel Reese over of those that I just listed?
Guess we'll wait for their response.
Oh, we're not going to. Okay.
Because
yeah.
I'm sorry.
But what I'm saying is, in what player, and this is no disrespect, these are the greatest players in the game right now. They asked me to rank the tier right now. And I sit in a studio at Turner with Shaq and Chuck, and some of which I think at times they do individually and personally attack people's character. And I think I pride myself on trying to be an analyst that does not do that. I do not attack character. I literally am just, from my point of view, from my opinion, this was the ranking. And so I ask again, are you taking Angel above Paige? Are you taking Angel above Arike? Are you taking Angel above Sabrina or Kelsey or Caitlin or Asia or Nafisa or Brianna? No, that does not make her a bad player. That does not make me a hater. Do I think she could be up there? Yes. Do I think she can be at S eventually in her career and her evolution and what she's added to her game from her rookie season to now? Absolutely.
You didn't bring any facts to the table. You put Caitlin Clark with Kelsey Plum and Sabrina. Ma'am, are you serious? And now you have Cece allegedly got a growing problem. She's still out there jumping up and down. She probably was doing splits the other day. She was kicking the ball the other day. And you put her in the same tier. Now, I'm not saying she should not be ranked, but you put her up there as a second year. Now, do you say that same criteria with Angel? She's only been in the league for 2 years. Ma'am? Hello? And you put her up there, and then really, and then people probably look at you. What is she smoking? What are you smoking, ma'am? It seems like you just want to push Angel down, and people see that. I'm not a hater. I'm just critiquing. And you hide behind the word critique. That's not a critique. I see green on your face. You can't even look at you. Get that little silly look on your face. But you the GOAT. And you know better. Look at Leah Boss like, I don't want no parts of that. You ain't having about shoot. I have to play this girl.
Times they do individually and personally attack people's character. And I think I pride myself on trying to be an analyst that does not do that. I do not attack character. I literally am just, from my point of view, from my opinion, this.
We didn't say you attacked her character. We said that you undervalue her. Nobody said you attacked her character. This is not about character. This is about what's on the floor and what people see. And what people see is Angel breaking records almost every dang on week, lady. You ignore Angel's accomplishments. And you praise Aaliyah's. Right?
Why ask again? Are you taking Angel above Paige? Are you taking Angel above Arike? Are you taking or Caitlin or?
Yeah. I like Paige and I like Arike. Angel got that dog. Now Paige got dog. I'm taking Angel. Because Angel, unlike the Paige got a little bit of it. Angel hypes her teammates up. And you can't help but play hard. She's going to play hard every single game. Paige got it. Let's just move Paige out the way. Let's go with Arike. Hell yeah. And I like Arike. Now, until this past game, Arike is about Arike. And sometimes I have to question, do she really want to win sometimes? Jacking up shots. Angel going to do the dirty work. She's going to go on that ground. As long as we win, I'm good. And then when she do that, you notice, that's when she have all her triple doubles. You like, dang, she had this. She had a triple double? A double double? Duh.
No, that does not make her a bad player. That does not make me a hater.
Do the goalposts. People was upset because you put Cam Brink and Caitlin Clark above her, and she's out there breaking records. So what did they do? She playing better than Arike. Arike had to the last game. She been okay. Now Paige, of course, Paige is on pace to break some records and win the Work of the Year. Even in her work in progress, even in her under construction, as you claim, she's still breaking records.
Those, first of all, some are misinformed and uninformed. And I feel like in this day and age, we are right now, a majority of people probably have not even seen the entire interview.
No, ma'am, you're misinformed. And that's sad. You are one of the GOATs of basketball, women's and men's. See, that's what I mean. Do you have any envy or jealousy or regret? Damn. Did I do enough? Is people going to remember Candice Parker? Is people still remember me as the female CP3, not Chris Paul? You not criticizing. Your behavior is kind of a suspect, ma'am. Candice, you do have envy. You see what the impact she has. Not only it's not even about basketball at this point. It's not even about basketball. It's about her becoming a cultural icon. And you like, dang, I wish that was me. You know, but you know, I'm older, I'm retired. The jealousy come in. Why she get all this attention? I didn't get all this attention. I did all this too. But what did I just say? You came at a time where those things were just coming along. You know, you barely had, you don't even had Twitter. You didn't, you barely had Instagram. You know, it was new. YouTube was new. A lot of these social media platforms was new. And you came in at a time where it was kind of coming to that. They didn't have NIL. The fact that you played under Pat Summit, you couldn't really capitalize on that. In college, you had to wait till you go out of college, and Angel was a millionaire before she left LSU. And so it's a little jealousy. Dang, I wish that was me. That should have been me at Tennessee. That's the jealousy part. The regret. The third thing I said, regret, is, did I do enough? And this young girl, she breaking all my dang on records. And will they remember me? Did I put some of these records down the line so it'll take years for them to break? And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna disguise my jealousy, my regret as critique. You don't have to be buddy with Angel, but you know, don't let the envy show on your face. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Because you looking real suspect and you see a young lady breaking records all in your face. And you just silent. Then they ask you about it, then you just wall stuff. And you're still one of the GOATs. And I respect you as a basketball player. But don't be a hater. And that is hater. Because I don't understand how you can, the way you critiqued her, that you didn't see that she's on her way. And she's not Asia Wilson, or she's not even Fee, but she getting there. And she doing it while still learning. We're gonna see what's coming next with Candice, because she really didn't, she kind of doubled down a little bit on it and try to blame people, saying that she a hater, and she said it's critiquing. But please like, share, subscribe, and I'm out.